Good afternoon, everyone. I'm very happy to see you. Just like you, I have been sheltering in place, but also working in the background. Today, I attended a conference call with the chief economist for the National Association of Realtors, and I thought you may find this information quite helpful. So, you may know that the fundamentals for the market looked really fantastic at the beginning of the year. January, February, and March showed great growth in terms of the number of sales and pricing, which was an average of 8.5% increase compared to February last year. Shelter in place obviously triggered some changes, and we did have a very sharp, roughly 30% decline in numbers of buyers and sellers. Now, the good news is that it has been pretty balanced. And there were reasons for both sides. Sellers could have been concerned about their health, also concerned about selling prospects, because the marketing strategies needed to change quite dramatically. We lost access to brokers' tours, to open houses. A lot of it needed to be done virtually, etc. Buyers, on the other hand, withdrew as a safety measure, but also feeling uncertain about job prospects. Some of them depleted their savings, lost them during the volatility of the stock market. So, some, however, are anticipated lower prices down the line. So, all of this resulted in this quite rapid, unexpected adjustment, which is not yet reflected because we are right now closing sales that originated prior to shelter in place. So the months of April and May, which will be much more indicative in terms of what we're yet to see and what the trend will be moving forward. And people are asking me about forecasts. To be completely transparent with you, nobody has gotten a clue. Based on the feedback from the chief economist, she relied on some of the predictions coming from major firms, and their projections are radically different. Bank of America predicts overall 10% drop in the GDP until the end of the year. Morgan Stanley predicts 5.5%, and UBS predicts 1%. Everybody, however, agrees that these events right now need to be treated more like a natural disaster versus the recession, because we're tracking pretty much exactly as New Orleans did post Katrina. All of the economic indicators following the same pattern. Also, we clearly see that the consumer confidence declined quite rapidly and sharply from 132.6 in February to 1.20 in March. And this in itself triggered a drop in consumption. So all of this becomes somewhat of a self fulfilling prophecy. Right now, the only positive news are for Amazon, Target, and Walmart. Everybody else experiences obvious declines in consumption. So this all will trigger a recalibration of needs versus wants on both sides. And everybody predicts that there will be more sellers. There's an obvious reason for that. The people who wanted to sell never quite had a chance because our traditional season is February through early May. And there's this pent up demand of people who prepared to sell, made arrangements. Some may have moved already, and pretty much the rest might not have any way out. And therefore, this inventory will certainly get on the market. This is accompanied by the fact of buyers facing job losses, depleted capital assets, possibly, losing jobs in the future, which we already observing because as of April 3rd, there was a 60% decline in new mortgage applications. This is not great news. Also, we are observing much stricter lending guidelines. And the product that is affected the most are jumbo loans. As a reminder, these are the loans exceeding $765,600, which is pretty much our market over here in Contra Costa. So for these loans, the new requirements are a minimum of 700 FICO score and a minimum of 20% down. Some banks eliminated this product entirely. Some are requiring higher down payments. This is considered to be a riskier product. And so banks are trying to stay clear of those right now. Overall, jumbo loan market in California is roughly 20% and much higher in Northern California. So you can put those together. And this doesn't look great. There is a silver lining. And the silver lining is that buyers will be much better qualified and they will also be much more motivated because when you think of it, they were held hostage in the houses they maybe did not appreciate, or whatever it is, they did not care for their existing living arrangements. And so they would definitely be thrilled to purchase single family detached homes with backyards, hopefully. I also wanted to issue a warning regarding a couple of things. It's very important. Please be very careful with forbearance because there is no yet a singular unilateral plan on how those will be handled. It's not clear how it will impact and whether it will impact your credit score, which will become very, very important, as you see, with the stricter lending guidelines moving forward. On top of that, some of the banks will require balloon payments at the end, so unless you absolutely need it, maybe I would wait and see to see how it will play out before missing payments. So that's number one. Also, some of the companies are very creative and very efficient in responding to new market conditions, and those would be scammers. There is a radical increase in loan modifications and foreclosure schemes, and so please, if you already missed some payments and if you're starting to receive phone calls or letters, you can trust me that no bank or official agency would be quite as efficient in their response, and you should not fall prey. There were warnings issued already, so be very careful. Please call your lender to verify this, or definitely give me a call. I'll be happy to put you in touch with better resources. So, on that note, I wish you all the best. I wish you to keep your sanity, to stay healthy, to stay safe, and certainly, please, please do reach out if there are any questions I can assist you with. I hope to see you in the future, and stay well. Thank you.